I love this place. Just never had a good time here. I sit and trading paints, the black scheme for night races, the white scheme for day races. Just try to survive. I got in points trouble last week. I was involved in the first 3 cautions. By the time we got to stage 2, I was already in points trouble looking at a penalty.
Blame it on the broadcaster.
I blamed it on you. Yeah, it'd be nice. It's kind of hard to make up any ground with small fields. I mean, even if the points leader has a horrible day and I have a great day, it's not enough points to make up a difference. It just gets that way toward the end of the season sometimes. I'm just getting some tire data, that's all. All right, well, thanks, and looking forward to looking at the broadcast later. Maybe I'll actually be in it.
Mic check. You're good. Sorry, Bobby.
No, no, Dave.
All right, practice is over. Got to chat with KT McCann a little bit there, and did not realize that we were having some technical difficulties up here. But we're all good to go. You know, sometimes you just get a little rushed into doing some things. So, but yeah, we're qualifying now. We got Mason Connell, who should be out on track currently. Get some laps in, close this down for you guys, and he looks like he got a little sideways. Mason Connell started up. I'm going to take a look at Travis George. Travis had the fastest lap time during practice. So we'll throw this up here and we'll see how these guys start rolling across. So KT McCann with the first place qualifying position so far. George gets a little sideways coming out of turn 4 and coming out of turn 3 or turn 2. So a little extra throttle there by Travis George. Hopefully he can get that one under control. But I mean, he's got the fastest lap time so far. But I mean, those tires probably aren't very happy. It's kind of hard getting a glimpse at all these guys, considering the fact that you have a 15-second an average of 15 seconds around the track. So Grady puts down a pretty decent time behind George there with 14.8. Yeah, so just a few guys who have not yet came across. William Kern's getting out there, as well as Shaun Havoc. Kern shoots up to 6th spot with that lap there, as well, or Shaun Havoc goes up to 8th, and I feel like Shaun might have a chance to do some work here tonight. If he can stay out of trouble, I feel like later on this season the troubles always seem to find him. So that is qualifying. On the left side of your screen is going to be the grid. We'll go over that once these guys go through the drivers' meeting. I'm going to turn off the radio for you guys, and we'll be right back in just a second. right, guys, we are back as these guys starting to get lined up here in pit lane. And I'm going to get a head start on this grid here. If he wants to cooperate with me. For some reason, SDK is not being very friendly today. But anyways, we'll get rolling here and I'll do it my own way. All right, so qualifying P1 is going to be Travis George there on the inside, number 16. Outside of him is going to be the number 1 of Bobby Grady, qualifying in position number 2. Second row on the inside is going to be the 71 of Matthew Chase. Outside of him, qualifying in position number 4, is going to be Brandon Dayhoff. Third row is going to be KT McCann on the inside in 5th and William Kern in 6th. Bryce Tucker, still waiting on him to jump in the grid. But he'll be in P7. Outside of him is going to be the 52 of Shaun Happick in 8th spot. The row behind them is going to be Chris Weiniger in the 53 and Daniel Everly outside of him as Bryce Tucker finally shows up. So I think we got the full field here. Andre Carvalho qualifying in position 11. Outside of him is going to be championship contender, the 99 of Sean Wilder. Qualifying behind him is going to be Mason Connell in the 55. Outside of him, Don Miller in the 63. And herding up the field in the back is going to be the number 48 of Chase Keller. So as these guys get ready to roll, I have no timing tower right now. I'm not sure why this thing's giving me a hard time tonight.
All right, we got 200 laps here tonight. Stages are.
Well, we're gonna figure it out for you guys.
Yeah.
We'll do it on the fly.
Second round of the championship. Just try to be aware of who's around you as far as championship drivers. Try not to wreck them if you are not in it. Obviously, championship drivers, be aggressive.
Well, we are in Bristol.
Let's try to have a little bit.
We have a 200 lap race. And if I stand correctly from what I entered here in the info that isn't showing up for you guys, stage 1 is going to be at 60 laps, and stage 2 is going to be at 120. So I think these guys are getting ready to roll, and as they do so, I'm going to try to get you guys some times up on screen. There we go. It's like magic right there. All right, so yeah, there you go. There is the HVRL Gen 6 Series Championship Round of 2 at Bristol Motor Speedway. Second round of 4. 200 laps. Stage 1 at 60, Stage 2 at 120. I'll throw up this playoff. Not that one. But this one. Throw that one up there for you guys. So Sean Wilder in the 99 is currently leading these guys into the championship with William Kern, the number 31, shortly behind him by 1 point. Bobby Grady in the number 1 car. He's starting there on the outside line in the front row, so he's got a pretty decent chance in making some moves here tonight. And then you have KT McCann right behind Matthew Chase there. So he's rolling up the championship 4. And Wilder will be the one to watch. back there starting in 12th spot. So we'll see if Wilder can make his way up to the front of the field towards the end of the race to maintain that top spot here as we go into the last race of the Gen 6 season here at High Velocity Racing League. And it's such a sad thing to see this thing, you know, wrap up, because it's been a joy. I've had fun. I hope you guys have all had fun watching. Obviously, we're going to have some penalties handed out, so that will shuffle up the field. But Travis George still maintains his spot there up front. And I've waited for this race all season long. Bristol, my favorite track, other than the super speedways. I guess you could say this is like a super speedway short track, right? But yeah, super excited to see this race get ready to roll, and more excited to see who's going to take this one home. As the green flag waves and we're off here racing at Bristol. Fantastic night race we got going on here. As these guys continue to shuffle in and around. As KT McCann makes his way up to the front-ish as soon as he can, so it's going to be good for KT as long as he can hold that off and keep that pace up there towards the front. I'm sure those points that he's going to get from this one is going to shoot him up to a little bit better contention there to take home the trophy at the end of the season. And we have a caution. That looks like it's going to be on William Kern. Not on him, but for him. Let's take a look back and see what happened there with him. And Carvalho was getting into KT during practice, so see how this one plays out here. A little bit of slow motion action for you guys. From the looks of it, looks like Carvalho's just going to dive down maybe a little bit too soon. Maybe I was wrong. Looks like Kern, a little bit of net code there, but Kern followed that natural line coming across start finish, and Carvalho just kept it going straight. And he ends up getting into that right rear of the 31. Just those two involved there on that. And I think we're just going to go and roll a couple more pacing laps here. No tires, no fuel needed for anyone. A little bit of damage probably for the 19. Mason Connell comes in, as well as Don Miller in and out. And Don Miller with that nice looking paint scheme for tonight. I'm digging it. He goes into pits as well. Mason Connell, Carvalho, obviously, and he's out. It's probably going to put those guys a lap down. As Travis George and Matthew Chase sit pretty cozy up front here. 6 laps in, our first yellow flag flies here. Hopefully that doesn't set the tone for the rest of the night here, but you never know. It could be a clean race. It could be littered with yellow flags. We're hoping not. 2 minor laps. As pace car dives off. We are going to go green here now, as Travis George gets a pretty decent jump there from the rest of the field. Matthew Chase follows right behind him, and KT is looking for a pretty decent run up here on the inside of the 71. And I'll say that Travis George is looking pretty comfortable here tonight. These guys, most of the front of the field, are looking like they're going single file, possibly playing it safe, mostly hopefully through the rest of this stage. Wilder is back there up 4 spots since the start of the race, which is going to be good for him considering he had a lot of ground to cover despite that qualifying position that he had. He's currently sitting first in the playoffs. Bryce Tucker looks to shoot towards the apron there on the front straightaway, back straightaway. They look the same. And Wilder and Tucker get into each other, and around goes Tucker in half. That's Travis George. That was Travis George. His car
Tim, looks like I came at the right time. Sorry to interrupt you, man. Them gates were plumb full, buddy. I had a hard time getting through there.
Oh, it's a packed house tonight. Who wouldn't want to miss the race here at Bristol? One of my favorites, like I've been saying since the start of this thing, and so far it's going to be looking like it is one of the great battles. And I'm not sure if you caught that, but it did look like, so we can get a better view here, what happened here with Tucker and Wilder. It's like that line, that same line that Kern took, Tucker also took. So that's pretty much a replay of that first caution. And once again, Kern caught up in another yellow flag, and those 3 guys are going to get together, and Miller comes up and blasts Tucker, and that's gonna, and here comes Carvalho as well. So I am not too sure how fast repairs are going to be looking.
I believe someone just said you got the playoff standings up or something like that.
I think they might be able to hear you on that. One of them, I think, has columns on there.
Yep, I did have them up. You tell them they should be racing and not driving. That's probably why they got all these cautions going on, right? All right, let's take a look back at that. Since tech crew here doesn't want to play along, so yeah, I made a point. We were having some issues going into this, but all right. So we're going to begin this one with the 7 and the 99. Like I said, the 7 looked like he was following that natural line coming out of the turn and just got up into the 99. And that collected Weininger, and hopefully Kern was able to skate past that one with minimal damage. But then Don Miller comes in full steam ahead and blasts Bryce Tucker right there. Loses the front bumper. Carvalho just quite can't get on the brakes soon enough and gives Miller another tag to the rear. So Miller's going to need to do some damage control there in the pits.
Just give him
But yeah, welcome to Bristol, Mike.
I love it, man. I love it.
Well, I'm sure I won't have to show the playoff standings for the rest of the race. Hopefully, everybody got a good look at those as we're going green. And looks like Keller gets a little sideways on the restart there. I was going to let him drop back to 13th spot. But George, once again, out to a roaring start. It's Matthew Chase and KT McCann. Right behind him as well.
KT's back up there, buddy.
Yeah, Travis George is he's all for the races up there in front. It's that battle for second between KT, Chase, and now Grady getting involved as well. I got a good feeling that Grady might be able to make some moves here. Grady is sitting in a third spot in the championship. But just in front of him is going to be KT. So pretty much it's a Grady and KT battle for the championship up front. Those are the two guys you want to really mainly keep an eye on if you're worried about the point standings here. But Matthew Chase also looking pretty comfortable here. KT is putting some work in though. And by the time these guys get around for the camera to show up, George is already gone. George has a 2.5 second lead on these guys out front. He's looking pretty good. He's almost extended that lead into it's looking like almost half the track right now. But behind George, as it's nice, peaceful, easy, smooth sailing up there for him, you got a what do they like to call it, the hornet's nest going on in that battle for second. So second through seventh is looking like a pretty intense battle with KT, Everly, Grady, Chase Havoc, and Connell. And Kern slowly making his way up from the back of the field. Caught up in both of those cautions. Mason looks to make the move on the inside of the 52. Not able to pull it off there, but switches it up to the outside. At least that's what I thought he was going to do. How's everything going tonight? My guy Shaun slides down into the wall there.
Oh man, it's going fine. Oh man, another caution.
That is going to throw the yellow flag there for the 52.
It's going good, you know, just relaxing. A little late to the race, man. I couldn't believe that line.
Shaun happened. It looks like a lot of damage to. I don't even need to explain it, do I? I mean, you see it. That left front, it's not even rolling. So let's take a look back and see exactly what caused that one. Ham and Mason were in a pretty decent battle there for that 6th spot. So take a look and see exactly what caused the 52 to get loose and hit that inside wall.
Lucky dog outside.
Looks like Mason just came down just a little bit. Epic. I don't know if he got into. Wait a second. If it's another net code, we're going to have problems here at iRacing. Okay, Mason comes down. Not sure if that was net code or just a little door action, but that definitely shot Shaun Happick a little bit more than I thought it would down into that wall.
Yeah, to me it looked like he didn't even touch him. I mean, barely, if any.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think it might have been a net code because there's no way that little door action would have shoved Shaun down the infield like that.
Yeah, kind of like how you got slingshot back at Martinsville.
Yeah, I remember that one. But that's gonna let Wilder come up to 2nd position with William Kern in front of him. Travis George seems to find his way back into 5th spot. You see that okay, Mike?
Yep.
Okay. I'm not sure of that paint scheme that Don Miller is rolling in with tonight, but I am definitely a fan, whatever it is. As we go green, Kern with a pretty decent jump there on Wilder. Hit Wilder, and I thought it was going to be Wilder and Kern with a nice leap on that field. Stayhoff powers his way around the outside of Miller. Dayhoff's looking for a little bit of momentum on the outside through those turns, and it looks like he found it. A little bit worried about the 31 there in the beginning of the race. But as he always does, he finds his way back up front. KT back there in the 8th spot, right behind Grady. So he seems to have a pretty quick line around the inside of the turns there. Hopefully he can keep that up as he does, and he will pass the number 1 of Bobby Grady.
Is that a green monster car I see him rocking tonight?
Oh, you missed that part, didn't you? Yeah, this is KT's night paint scheme, which I actually do. I kind of do like it. Intricate designs.
Looking a little dangerous out there.
That's what you said everything I said.
Yeah, come on, KT, get up there, buddy.
KT's plan for the night was just stay out of trouble. So far, he's doing a pretty well job of doing that. I don't know how many fast repairs have been used up. But I'm pretty sure a couple. Look, we're going to have 10 laps to go here till the end of the stage here. And we're going to have William Kern out front with Wilder. Looks like Wilder's closing in on him. Got 0.3 of a second gap. Looks like he's closing that one in pretty quickly. And then you got KT right behind him. So those are our 3 of our 4 playoff guys as KT looks to make the move on the inside of Wilder here. And that is a safe and complete air pass by KT. And he's got 8 laps to go to get stage points here on Kern as he gives him a nice bump there. And I'm sure Kern probably felt that one.
This could be a good battle here, bud.
Oh yeah, we'll focus on these two as we tend to finish the stage here, hopefully under green flags with the bumping and grinding we got going on here up front.
KT is bumping him, buddy. Look at that.
He wants Kern to go faster. Yeah, I'm loving this racing style here by the 95 for sure. So he can give him another one.
Oh, 55 almost got to the back of him. Is that Connell?
That is Connell. Connell also with an impressive run here, up 10 spots from the qualifying position that he had.
Connell looks like he's going to try to take that top line. He might get them both. Mason Connell shot out of a cannon, takes over first place.
Easy pass there by the 55. And there goes KT trying to make another, take notes, and there goes William Kern. And Don Miller once again. Great as well. And the caution flag that I was waiting for comes out.
That 31 had a target right there. 3 different cars hit him.
That looks like it's going to be the theme for tonight, is everyone is aiming for the 31. What did you see from that? What did you
Tim, I'll be right back.
All right, he's going to go into the other booth. As we're going to take another glance at what exactly happened. And it wasn't Bryce Tucker. It was William Kern. So all that aggressive racing that we had going on here with the 95 and the 31. 95 tried to take a page out of the 55. Mason Connell with that easy pass around the outside of both of these guys. We'll just take a look and see if it's a racing incident here or what's going on. Usually it looks like these guys are just coming out of the corner and you just get together and try to get as far up towards the outside wall as they can. Get that good line going into the corner. A little bump sends William Kern down into the wall. Then I believe that is when the 63 probably doesn't realize he's coming up so quick, tries to avoid it and right into the backside of the 31. I don't think there was anybody else collected into that, but I stand corrected as I look back at it. Bobby Grady tags the 31 once again for William Kern. Just getting batted around like a pinball machine down there. I'm pretty sure Pretty sure they're going to call that stage. Unsure as to who took the stage win there, but I think it might have been Mason Common. These guys are off again. I believe this is going to be the starting of stage 2. That will be at 120 laps, so keep that up on the top side of the screen for you guys. It's stage 2, not stage 1. It's not changing for me, so I haven't figured that one out yet. But Travis George once again is out front, leading the race here tonight. And George gets out front and he gets these crazy runs. It's what, half a second in front of Brandon Dayhoff behind him, but half a second here looks like pretty much half a whole straight. Dayhoff and Wilder are battling for that second spot. They got a pretty good lead on the guys behind him. A little over a second gap between third and fourth. Mason Connell is leading this. I guess you could say second gaggle of cars back here. In tow with him is going to be the 31 of Kern, Grady, Weiger, KT McCann making his way back up front, Tucker, and Matthew Chase with Daniel Everly also up there in the mix. And you can't miss Matthew Chase down there with that hot pink 71.
All right, we are back. I'm back. Sorry about that.
All good. Looking pretty clean up front. Everyone's up here is spaced out pretty hefty time-wise. But back in fifth spot is going to be Bobby Grady. But this is where the battles are. And KT is probably going to be a little bit more aggressive this time around as well. If he pushes how he was towards the end of the first stage, so it looks like he is still doing so, he can make his way back up towards the front. Don Miller. Don Miller's in pit still, along with Shaun Havoc, and not a good return for him. I don't want to say he's still in vacation mode, but that's why I like to say no days off, right?
Oh, yeah. Sometimes you might need a little day off or two.
what you need. I mean, you go on vacation, you take the laptop, the gaming laptop, pack it in the bag, throw your little steering wheel in there, and the wife and kids go down to the beach, and you're up in the room, still racing with the boys. That's how vacation
That's
should
some
go
next
for me.
level dedication. Yeah, that's some real dedication there.
Everybody seems to be pretty evenly spaced out. Nobody's too crazily, that's a word, up on one another. Put the track map up here, and it's a little cut off, but try to fix that for you guys. There we go. But yeah, as you can see on the track map, everyone is a little bit of everywhere, and looks like 52 finally made his way out of the pits. Unfortunately, you don't want to see how many laps he's down. I'm not gonna say it, but you can see it. But hey, with the way this thing's going, keep it up. I mean, you can get a couple of lucky dogs, right?
Yeah, you think there's gonna be many more cautions?
I don't know. You never know. I think so. I mean, the way these guys are spaced out right now, I don't think so. But there's always that chance that somebody tries a little bit too hard. Stayhoff blinks out there for a second. But Happy
Yeah,
looks
his
like
internet might be on vacation.
Happy looks like he's making pretty decent strides to get those laps back. As he passes 51 and the 55, so he's probably in full focus mode. His fastest lap is 15 seconds. So let's see whose best time we got on track. George still has the best time of 14.8 as he currently leads everybody around here. In the 52, Shaun Happy is coming up on the second place car of William Kern. Let's see how he fares doing passing him. I'm sure Kern knows that he's a plethora of laps down, so I'm not sure if he's going to let him go by. Or just keep him back there and let him suffer. Brandon Dayoff and Shaun Lott are battling for the third spot. Dayoff with a couple little blinks there. Sure is experiencing a little bit of packet loss there. So that's what happens when you live down in the holler, huh? Looks like he lets Wilder go by. Doesn't want to cause any incidents with him. Let's see, what do we got here? Right, KT looking like he's going to come down pit road.
Oh, he's
Pretty
going to
good.
go some laps down.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Pretty decent battle here between Everly, Chase, and Tucker back in 5th spot. This is the most excitement we got going on the track right now. Everyone else is just out there for that Monday drive. Miller finally makes his way out of pits as well. He's only 40 laps down. These guys are spread out like none other. After these green flag pit stops, I'm not sure where these guys will be on laps. Everly, Chase, and Tucker currently lead the field. They last up there comes Everly. He last pitted on lap 62, so about 43 laps, I think. Safe to say is the pit window here until these tires start running out, or I'd say more so the fuel issue. So yeah, we're gonna have 2 guys on the lead lap. It's gonna be Matthew Chase and Bryce Tucker. I think Chase is gonna come in as well as Tucker. Everly somehow kept himself on the lead lap, and there goes William Kern to take. So he's going to take the lead here on his next pass. So yeah, we got 7 guys currently on the lead lap. The 66 Daniel Everly holding it down as he battles with Kern to stay on the lead lap, and right there is going to put him a lap down. And just like that, stage 2 is about to come to wraps here with 8 laps to go. Just like that, the race is half over. What an event it's been so far. Day off in P6. Still hanging on the lead lap with Grady right in front of him in P5. Shaun Wilder holding it down there in the 4th spot. And KT McCann just a few, I would say 2 seconds, 2.5 seconds ahead of him in 3rd position. And Travis George in 2nd, and William Kern 2.5 lead in front of him, which is good. It's a quarter of the track there. So looking forward, I'm looking forward to this stage. get these guys grouped back up so we can actually see some good racing going on. Taylor intended to
Yeah, and
pass
there-
Kern.
Yeah, and there's only what, 6 drivers on the lead lap.
Yeah, currently 6 drivers. Hopefully, somebody will get a lucky dog that might throw 7 drivers on the lead lap. There it is.
There's the stage.
William Kern just going to take home the points there for the stage win, despite that chaos that he endured there.
Yeah, got hit by 3 different cars and still managed to get up there in first. That's some good racing by Mr. Kern there.
Indeed it is. Indeed it is. So into stage 2, you're going to have William Kern taking first, Travis George second, KT McCann, and third, Shaun Wilder. Behind some lap cars in fourth, Bobby Grady behind him in fifth, Brandon Dayhoff coming out or into the pits in sixth, Everly in seventh, Matthew Chase in eighth, Bryce Tucker in ninth, and rounding out the top 10, then Chris Weiner. So we'll see how this pit cycle turns out here. So far, it looks like everyone's going to come in. Daniel Everly decides to, I think he can't pit yet because he's not on the lead lap. That's how that works. Yeah, the guys on lead lap come in. I'd say they're going to get all 4s and some fuel. I mean, that's a no-brainer.
Let's see who makes it out. Oh, there goes George.
George, Chase, Havoc, Wilder, Grady, and Tucker. And McCain. Dayhoff currently out front, leading the field here to start the final stage.
Let's see how long Dayhoff can sustain this this first place, especially with those guys behind him. See how long he can stay up there.
Let's see it. I'm going to step away from the booth for one hot second, and I might make it back before we go green, but if not, here in Shaun for the restart.
If not, adios. I don't think Tim's making it back because the lights are off on the pace car. Pace car's down, and we are going green. Dayhoff out to a pretty big lead here. George coming up right on him right now. Comes George to the outside. Grady follows.
This is
Looks
what
like he
I-
might be able to make this pass here.
and we
And a
got
caution. There's a caution.
But this is what I was missing right here. I like seeing these guys get bunched up and doing a little bit of racing. Looks like Carvalho and William Kern were caught up in that. Let's see. Those
Kern
guys
has
are
had
sitting
some
out.
terrible luck so far.
Yeah, terrible luck tonight for sure. Let's take a look and see what had happened. And once again, you got the 19 and 31 getting together here.
Hey guys, Kern, I'm glad I'm not the only one that has.
Yeah, so it looks like Carvalho just kind of came up and got into the wall a little bit.
Good track. Like I said, I was sabotaged from the beginning from it, dude.
And when he got into that wall, that
Lucky dog on the outside.
kind of pushed him down, and Kern was unfortunately the only driver there.
I don't know if he has his fast repair, man.
I don't
Unless
think
his
he
car's
does.
drivable.
I don't think he does.
No, yeah, I mean, you already made the comment, so you want to attack me in the
All right, so let's take a look inside of the 31 car in the cockpit.
You would have been up front and wouldn't have been in that wreck.
It's a view that I missed. We haven't seen it so far, and I had to take a look in there. Kern didn't even see it coming there. He couldn't see Carvalho get into the wall. Yeah, he did a good job though by not locking him up and ruining those tires. So that was a good move. But looks like he doesn't come down to pit, so I mean, that's good news. Lots of chatter on radio.
I don't think Kern's taken too kindly for all the hits he's taken tonight.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Kern's, pardon my French, but he might be a little bit pissed. And I don't blame him one bit. It's like every incident every caution flag we've had out tonight, Kern has been involved. And if he wasn't racing for that trophy, I'm sure he wouldn't care too much, but it's frustrating knowing that, you got something on the line and just getting wailed on.
As we go green, he looks like he might be all right.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be pretty happy, so I would be pretty weary if you see that, let's say, silver and purple car in your rear view.
Yep. Oh yeah, man. Let's go on in the cockpit view with this guy and his yeah. Let's see how he's driving. Like he's hammered down, buddy. Oh yeah, he's man.
Oh yeah, running around the outside of the 99 here, coming down the front straightaway.
He is definitely riding that wall, man.
And you hear the 99 just to his inside. Kern's full. Put some vinegar in that. Can I say that? Am I allowed to say that?
I didn't even hear a word you said, but he takes a pass on Dayhoff there.
Oh yeah, he's got fire in his eyes after that one. He's that one kind of fired him up. He's got Grady to pass and Travis George, who he's only got a second lead there in front of Grady, but keep an eye on him to follow the guys behind him, chasing the 31 down. And man, I tell you what, like, this is such a fun track. Let's try this again.
There we go.
With Bryce Tucker. Just a little bit of a packet loss. I think it might have been Tucker, not myself, but.
So you hear the difference when how he's going around those turns compared to Kern. He's full throttle coming out of those turns, man.
All right, so we'll take a look in Tucker's in car, and then we'll jump to let's go with Shaun Wilder. All right, now we'll jump into the. Do another lap. We'll jump into the 31. It might just be a Toyota thing, but. Those tires a little fade. Might look like they're fading a little bit, but I don't know. Kern's car just does sound a little bit mean. He's on that throttle quick.
What's George looking like up there? Let's take a look at him. Nothing but green grass in front of him, but
oh yeah, he's out there just getting practice laps in right now. I mean, great line by George, too. Let's take a look in with KT as well.
oh, that's nice in car there with the green.
Oh, yeah, he's definitely refueling the beast in that thing.
I don't know. It seems to me like KT might have fallen off a little bit based on that first stage.
I wouldn't sleep on KT. Yeah, he did fade a little bit towards the back, but I mean, he's got plenty of race left here. He had 48 laps left.
Who can't catch George, bud?
Oh yeah, they're cruising. KT looking to make a move there on Bryce Tucker for. Actually, no, Bryce Tucker's behind him. Bryce Tucker's a lap down. So KT looking to make a move on Bryce Tucker to get him out of the way so he can make that move there on Dayhoff up in the 6th spot. In front of him, you have Everly, Wilder, and Grady fighting for the 3rd spot. It's a pretty decent battle going on there. So Wilder looks to walk away with that one. Grady, Everly side by side. Dayhoff sneaks up on the rear of those guys inside of the back of Grady. See how that one plays out.
It looks like KT's making a small push up there to those guys too.
Yeah, KT only he was a quarter second behind Dayhoff there. He's definitely closing in. If he wants to keep some of those hopes alive for that championship, he's going to have to push a little bit harder because he's got Kern and Grady in front of him. Wilder currently, he's coming out of the pits or in. Not too familiar with the Bristol pit lane cycle if you got to hit both lanes on your way around. Kern as well comes in. Everly comes in. Travis George as well. Now this could get interesting. That's going to leave KT McCann out front. We're going to get these lead laps up a little bit more here, which I'm sure he's going to need the points for these. Check pit strategy for KT, and it looks like he's about due to come in and get some tires and fuel as well. Yeah, interesting to see how these pit cycles work out.
Yeah, KT's still not coming in the pit yet.
Yeah, he's got a couple more laps led under his belt. As he's put Dayhoff down a lap as he gets it back. So Dayhoff's down 2 laps. A lot of these guys are down 2 laps, and KT's out there way ahead of the field. I'm not sure if this is a good strategy by him, if he's waiting on a caution to keep everybody 2 laps down, but that's pretty interesting.
That could be his. Yep. Go ahead there, Tim.
Yeah, there he goes. KT's coming down. Now, depending on where his pit box is, I'm sure it's not on this straight, but probably the front straight. I think these guys might just be able to catch up to him. Looks like Kern might be passing right about.
No.
There he goes. Yep.
Adios.
There you go. Kern is whipping around these guys, and Wilder also doing the same back there in the second spot. Everly battling with the guy who I believe has led most laps here tonight. Travis George there for 3. Behind him, Grady, KT, Dayhoff, all 3 guys battling for the 5th spot. Keller gets a little bit sideways there, trying to avoid contact with the 95. Fishtail action. It's always never a good feeling when steering wheel starts slipping away on you. Everly and George, that battle for third spot. It really whips around the outside of the 16. I don't think George's going to let him get by that easily, though. We know the garage is going to be filled with fumes after this one.
Mm.
20 laps to go. Might want to get some officials down there to prevent a couple fist fights. Because I know a few guys who aren't going to be too happy after this one.
Gonna have some Kenseth Logano action down there.
Oh, yeah. That's what keeps it exciting, too. Keeps it a little bit exciting, the rivalry going. So that Discord chat is always a good spot to, shoot a shot here and there to see the guy next week and, give him a nice little nudge. Kern with a pretty solid, safe lead out front. 3.5 seconds in front of the 99 of Shaun Wilder. Wilder with a close to 5 second lead in front of the third spot of Travis George. Bobby Grady looks to be fighting to keep himself a second behind the 16.
Oh man, I'll tell you what, a yellow would make things really interesting.
Be careful what you wish for. This Grady disappears there for a second, comes back and disappears again. We'll flip over to the 51. Grady looks like he's having a lot of issues with his connection recently just now. But yeah, Matthew Chase in the 6th spot. He is the first guy a lap down, so I'm sure he would love caution right about now as well. But yeah, not really a lot to go on, considering everyone's pretty evenly spaced out by maybe a minimum of a second. Let's see if we can see.
What? 10 laps left.
Oh, 10 laps left. iRacing thinks Daniel Everly is most exciting, but most exciting part of that is he himself into the wall. Everly back down into the 10th spot, 3 laps down from the leader as he rolls up on the rear of the 51. But he had to hit his brakes there. He was, a lot of speed going on. Stayhoff disappears there for a second, comes back, and that's why you try to stay away from guys who are blinking, because that was a close one there for the 66. We didn't
Tell you
get.
what, every time I see what's that?
No, go ahead.
I'll say every time I see Mason Connell's car, I think it's the KFC.
Lansing. I think that's who his sponsor is. Might even see detail.
Yeah. Also, I'd like to give a shout out to Chase Brisket for that win yesterday at the Cup Series. That was a nice race. What a heck of a finish too.
Yeah, I guess you could say that. Not my pick, but
Not mine neither. Come on, Wilder. Get up there, Wilder.
yeah, no, we didn't get to talk about this before the race started, but just to go and see who you had to win this one, but can't really ask now with 2 laps left to go.
I pick Kern only because he's winning.
Yeah, Kern with that 8-second lead and extending here at Bristol. Wilder with a pretty solid spot there, and second, Travis George looks like he might be closing in up behind Wilder. I think that might be the way that this one goes.
Yeah, and looks like Kern overcame 5 accidents. I don't know how many happened before I got here, but as I got here, he got into it 4 times.
You're gonna take that thing to the garage and get a little Bernie action going on down there. Oh,
Oh, that's good, Travis George.
I didn't even see you there.
At this point, I'd just want to park it if I was Kern, get out of here, head on to next week, because, man, this has been one dangerous race for that man.
it definitely wasn't easy. I'll tell you that one.
Yeah, no, not at all, especially for that 31 and all those accidents he was in, but nevertheless, comes out with a win.
He's gonna take this one in reverse. He's gonna put it in reverse.
Put it in reverse, Terry.
And there you have it. Right, unofficial results, but we're gonna roll with it as we see it. William Kern finishes the race in first place. Congratulations to him. Shaun Wilder, the number 99, finishes in second place. And Travis George, guy who I think led most laps here tonight, finishes on third on the podium. Get these guys up in here. I will rewind this thing a little bit. Get some action going on here as we get interviews rolling. And we're going to start off with Travis George once he makes his way up to the booth. Travis George started in pole position, finished third. Can't be too upset at that considering all that happened. So yeah. Kern waiting in broadcast. But yeah, interesting to see how this playoff picture is going to turn out because Kern, Wilder, and Grady. 1, 2, and 4. Obviously, Kern he's going to get the points. Wilder's going to get the points, and this is going to come down pretty clutch here to the last race we got. And I think it might come down to a few points between these two guys, William Kern and Shaun Wilder. I'm not sure what the holdup is for these guys to get up in here and get into the broadcast waiting room, but I'll tell you what I want to do. While we wait, I want to take a look back at this yellow flag involving the 31. It was a 19 Carvalho getting into that wall. Shot down, tagged 31. This was, I believe, on lap 124. So 80 laps ago, Kern involved in this incident and somehow managed his way up to win this thing. So that's, I mean, not only this caution was the one he was involved in, but many, many more. So, but yeah, impressive by him. All right, we got Travis George ready to chat with us. Go and grab him up in here for a second. And there we go. Travis George, congratulations on the P3. We know you probably led most of the laps here tonight. How are you feeling from start to finish on this one?
I felt pretty good. I really wish I didn't run out of gas that last pit stop on pit road, because I think that's what kind of lost me a bunch of time on Kern and Wilder.
Is that what it was? I was wondering what held you up a little bit there. Wasn't too sure.
Yeah, I pulled in and then I pretty much start finish line. I ran out of gas and had to coast to my pit stall, so I think that's where I lost a bunch of time.
Well, at least you didn't get a speeding penalty.
No.
But you look pretty. I'd say you look pretty comfortable out there, and I was kind of thinking you might take this one home. But you think that the fuel issue was the reason why you fell back down to third?
I think so, yeah. Kern was fast and all, but I think I lost a lot of time doing with that happening and couldn't really catch back up after.
Yeah, well, I say you did put on a pretty good show for us. I mean, I don't think it was really much of a show. Most of the race you were seconds and seconds ahead, maybe half a track ahead of everybody else. So, I mean, you look pretty comfortable out there.
Yeah, I enjoy Bristol. I always have. Most of the short tracks are kind of my thing, I guess you could say, because I run short track in real life.
Yeah, Mike, you got anything for Travis?
Man, I'll be honest. I really thought you were going to win that race. I really don't have nothing other than, I mean, hell of a race, man.
Yeah, thank you. Just one of those things. Couldn't finish it off.
Yeah. You excited for next week?
Yeah, I think Homestead will be fun.
Yeah.
Definitely on those tracks, you gotta drive it pretty conservative.
Not a fan of Homestead, but I'm ready for it. But I know you're not in contention for the championship. I know you're trying to keep those guys, let them know you still can hold your own, but I feel like you did still do that tonight and mostly every week. So congratulations on P3.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll see you next week. We won't keep you too long. We're just gonna roll through these and kind of get everybody on their way. But it was nice seeing you tonight. Anything you need, you'd like to say for anyone watching?
Just thanks for you guys putting the time in to stream it for us. Thanks my wife for letting me do it.
All right. Well, we appreciate you as well for showing up and giving us some of the good action out there. We appreciate that as well.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, Travis. Until next time.
Have a good one, fellas.
That's Travis George. You're P3, and I will say, he was holding it down most of the race. Not gonna lie. Let's see what he got. It's not going to show me laps led for some reason because the race is over, but we'll get Shaun Wilder in here, and we'll see what Shaun Wilder has to say about this race tonight, starting from way back in the back. How you feeling after that one, Shaun?
I feel amazing. I mean, that's probably best case scenario for me. I know Kern had his issues and things going on, so I mean, it kind of worked to my advantage. As did the points. He got the penalty, so it kind of helped me out a little bit. But yeah, I mean, still, I mean, he's class of the field. If Fry was in here, him and Kern will probably be battling, for this championship, probably outright. Bobby's been up there too with speed, and he finished fourth. He was right there too. But I really do think, like, all season long, if you look at everything, like, Fry and Kern have pretty much been, the most consistently up front. Don't matter what track it is. So I mean, Kern deserved to win. He battled through the field a couple times there.
Oh, he definitely battled through the field. After that last caution, I'm sure seeing him in your review coming up on you, I'm sure it wasn't a good sight to see. I feel like he had a little bit of fire in his eyes there towards the end of that one with everything he had to deal with. But
yeah, at that point, I saw him coming, and I was trying to do the best I could at protecting the bottom and just kind of make him work around the outside, But I think I messed myself up in one of those corners. I got loose going in or out or hit the apron. I forget what it was, but it kind of made it easier. He was going to get past me. There's no doubt. I was just trying to make him work a little bit harder for it and wear his shit out a little bit more, hopefully, and maybe I can catch him later. But I mean, it's a tough task anyways. But yeah, I made a little bobble and he got by pretty clean, which was fine. I kind of felt like going in. I was battling for second anyway, so.
yeah, you don't want to give it to him. You want to make him earn it, right?
Exactly. Heck yeah.
Points wise, how are you feeling going into Homestead?
Pretty good. I mean, he's gonna have the advantage. Not by much though, because he had to fight through the field there. So um, I did pretty good on the stage points. He got me by one position at the end. I think Travis led the most laps and got the fastest lap, so that kind of took a little bit of points away from him. So thank you, Travis, for that. And yeah, I'll just go to the end. I mean, um, I think overall he's got probably faster pace, probably at every track that we go to. But I'm gonna do my best and see what I can do to. I'm pretty good at Homestead. I feel like I'm good anyways. So we'll see what happens.
All righty. Well, Mike, anything for Wilder?
Man, I'm happy for you, Shaun. Go get one, buddy. Go take the championship.
We'll see, man. It's a tough competitor up there in that 31 car.
Oh, come on. You don't need to make his head any bigger than it is, all right?
I'm just letting you know I already made my pick for next week tonight. I just said it.
I've been pretty in this series. I haven't really killed anybody too bad. So, but next week it's going to be all gloves off. We're going to be racing as hard as we can. I mean, of course we're going to be clean as possible, but it's going to be a little less room given probably for everybody. So yeah, it should be fun. I'm looking forward to it.
Yes, sir. You're my pick for next week. Don't forget, Kay.
We'll see what we can do.
All right. Well, you got anything for anyone watching? I know it's late over here on the East Coast. But...
Yeah, it's only 6:30 here, but My daughter doesn't watch. I try to get her to watch. She lives in Hawaii, going to college, and it's only what 3:30 there. But she don't want to watch me. My wife don't want to watch me. So yeah,
We'll
I don't
watch
really
you.
have a whole lot of fans out there. So, but it's still thank you guys for doing the broadcast. We really appreciate it, and really looking forward to next season. If you guys haven't checked out all the schedules and everything, so we'll be putting that stuff out, and yeah, should be fun into the season here and into next season.
Absolutely. Well, if you need to know, Mike's your biggest fan.
Nice. Thank you, Mike. I
Yes,
appreciate
sir.
that. I'll send you a 99 sticker or something in the mail someday.
All right, better sign it too.
All right, brother.
All right, we'll catch you next week.
All right, see you then.
And it looks like William Kern decided he's too tired. See, this is why I don't keep these interviews going on too long. Is because Kern's in New York. He don't want to be up too late, you know. So I'll do
Is
his.
he not in there?
I don't see it. You can take a look for yourself, but I'll do Kern's post race interview for him. Pride and Trust Painting. Shout out to Pride and Trust Painting. Shinko Diecast. Thank you guys for the broadcast, for everything you do. Shout out to the admins, HVRL League. His wife for letting him do this. It was a tough race. He overcame a lot of cautions and adversity out there on the track, but I mean, he probably needed to go for a walk around the parking lot because I'm sure his blood pressure is probably through the roof. So,
Yeah, absolutely.
Kern, if you're hearing this, we appreciate you. I know you're probably tired of talking to us this season, but we definitely miss you on this one. But we'll catch you next week for sure. But all in all, it was a good race, and I had fun as always. And yeah, thanks for everyone letting us do this. Thank you guys for tuning in and watching. And Mike, you got anything else before we shut her down?
Go Wilder.
Go Wilder. Well, you're only saying that because Kern didn't show up in here, but it is what it is.
Go Wilder.
All right. Well, once again, thank you guys. And yeah, that's it for the night.
Adios.